Peacemaker, of course, is out. And we heard a while ago, James Gunn said that the finale is going to have a, quote, really, really, really big cameo. And ever since he said that, a lot of people have been speculating about who it could be. A lot of people thought Superman. And I thought Superman won't classify as really, really, really big. He's already in the universe. We already saw Peacemaker in his movie. He could cameo, but I don't think that's the really, really big cameo. Well, James Gunn just recently set the record straight. David Cornsweat's Superman is not going to cameo in this thing. As you can see in this headline in Variety, said David Cornsweat was really upset that Superman won't be in Peacemaker. So now, unless that's a big misdirect, which I don't think it is.
That's pretty on the nose for a misdirect.
Yeah.
It's like, he won't be in it. We're reporting it. And then he is. It's like, okay.
Is that we know that the big cameo isn't going to be Superman. Now, a lot of people thought, oh my gosh, Lex Luthor was it? No. James Gunn said the finale has the really, really, really big cameo. So with Superman off the table now, we've discussed before, Rob, about like, who do we think could maybe be this really, really big cameo? But we've had two major developments since we talked about that last. Major development number one is that we now know that it's not Superman. Like that James Gunn has kind of made that clear that it's not Superman now. You can probably take that screen down. The second major development has been, as of the last episode, we now know Peacemaker is in Earth X. And I think that reality and that confirmation, I think gives us a little bit more context as to who this really, really, really big cameo could be. Now, listen, let me throw out there. I'm going to throw out 5 names or groups that I think could be the really, really big cameo. But let me give you a couple things about what's not going to be. Like some people think it's going to be Blue Beetle. Coming off of Peacemaker season 1, where he literally had Superman, at least the silhouette, but you literally had Flash and Aquaman and the silhouettes of Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. You think Blue Beetle showing up in the finale of Peacemaker 2 would have James Gunn going really, really, really big? It ain't Blue Beetle. It ain't going to be, I'm not saying Blue Beetle couldn't make an appearance, but he's not the really, really, really big. I don't think it's some small, obscure character that nobody knows. If James Gunn says it's going to be really, really big, I think it's going to be really, really, really big. So here are the 5 contenders, I think. Now that we know it's in Earth X, now that we know it's not going to be Superman, here are my 5 main contenders in no particular order. All right? First one I'm going to mention is one a lot of other people are going to think too. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Now remember, in a recent interview, somebody directly asked James Gunn, could Margot Robbie return as Harley Quinn? To which James Gunn's answer was, that will be revealed later. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He just said that'll be revealed later. I think Margot Robbie appearing as Harley Quinn absolutely would fall under the category of really, really, really big cameo. She has worked with him in his Suicide Squad film. They absolutely adore each other. I could totally see that happening. So again, I think one of the 5 names that we really got to give a lot of weight to is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. All right. Number 2. Again, these are in no particular order. Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
J Momo.
Remember, now that Earth X is in play, because, James Gunn's DCU is different from the DCEU. But now that James Gunn's Earth X is in play, he could be the king of the oceans in that universe. And remember, he appeared as Aquaman in the best line of the season. Fuck you, Barry. This is like one of the best lines ever in season 1. Him returning as Aquaman again in that universe. I think it's totally feasible and absolutely would qualify as a really, really, really big cameo. So my number 1, again, in no particular order, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Secondly, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I'm going to throw this one out here too. Maybe this one is wishful thinking. Maybe it is. But damn it, give it to me. Henry Cavill's Superman.
100%.
Henry Cavill's Superman.
That's the cameo, and he's playing Ubermensch.
There's been a lot of people that thought that. Now, somebody said that he made a comment that it wasn't going to be that character, but James Gunn and Henry Cavill have a lot of respect for each other. James Gunn was just recently talking about Henry Cavill recently. Henry Cavill never actually got his cameo in Peacemaker season 1. We only got the silhouette. He never got his cameo in Shazam either. We only got a shot of the chest. If you want to talk about something that is going to make a massive splash that would fall under the category of really, really, really big cameo, whether it's as Superman or as Overman or as whatever, Henry Cavill popping up in there would absolutely be seismic.
As Nazi Führer, leader of the world. I mean,
Yep. It would absolutely
That's
be
my guess.
seismic. That would be
going with that.
seismic.
yeah.
So I think that would qualify. So again, we got the Harley Quinn, we got Aquaman, we got Henry Cavill's Superman. All right. I'm going to throw out not one name here, but two. Tandem. This is on the lighter side of categorized as really, really, really big cameo. I'm going to say Hal Jordan and John Stewart, Green Lanterns. Number one, because it's Hal Jordan and John Stewart.
Yeah.
And they're Green Lanterns.
And they got to be walking somewhere.
And they got to be out there somewhere because we're about to get a lantern show. Right? Now, again, I admit, I concede that these two would be a significant cameo. Maybe not a really, really, really big cameo, but it might be. It would make sense. It would help them promote the upcoming show.
Yeah, exactly.
They've already been on set shooting, so all they would need to do is run out there and shoot a quick little thing while they're already in their getups and included in the show as a cameo. So that could be it as well. I think that makes total sense. That's 4. The 5th one I'm going to throw out is one I've thrown out before, but I'm sticking with it. Jason Momoa on the list for the second time, but this time is Lobo. Again, we've got Lobo coming in to the DCU here shortly. He's going to be in the Supergirl film. And Jason Momoa has already appeared in Peacemaker. Why not come back again, this time as a different character? Could be an Earth X version of him, could be the proper DCU version of him, whatever. So I'm going to say right now, Rob, that I think the 5, I see somebody in the live chat saying, but what Enchantress? Enchantress as the really, really, really big cameo when 90% of the audience wouldn't even know who she is? That wouldn't count. I mean, Enchantress could cameo, but she's not the cameo. So again, I think the 5 most likely are Harley Quinn, Jason Momoa's Aquaman, Henry Cavill's Superman or Overman, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, and Lobo. But I'm going to throw out one wild card. One wild card. Who in the last 12 years has been one of James Gunn's besties on when it comes to being on camera?
Michael Rooker.
Well, that's lifelong.
He's already in, though.
That's lifelong. And he's already. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Remember, those photos got out of Chris Pratt visiting sets. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily means anything, but I remember once Tom Ellis, who played Lucifer in one of my all-time, one of my favorite shows, Lucifer. He was shot on set of CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths. And everybody's like, oh my God, they're going to cross over Lucifer. And I said, no, he's probably just visiting somebody. It doesn't mean anything. Guess what? He was in Crisis on Earth X or a Crisis on Infinite Earths.
But who would Chris Pratt be playing?
Yeah, I don't know. That I don't know. But he could just be the actor cameo and not the character cameo. Again,
he could be mentioned too.
That one's a wild card, so I'm going to throw that out there. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's zapier.com/Campea. Anyway, Rob, what do you think about the 5 I've got? And who would you say are our likely names? That now that we know it's not going to be David Cornsweet, and we know that Earth X is a possibility of being the background of the cameo, who do you see being in there?
I think all of your choices are compelling. But I have a different one.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Knowing James Gunn and knowing there's no plans for Peacemaker season 3 yet.
So he says.
So he says. And to sort of mirror what James Gunn has already done, especially at the end of Peacemaker season 2 and at the beginning, end of Peacemaker season 1, the beginning of Peacemaker season 2, I think the cameo is the entirety of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh,
all of them.
Gal.
All of them.
Ezra.
All of them.
Oh, okay.
They all show up as the Nazi Justice League.
Can I just
Earth
say,
X.
if they did that, I would lose my mind.
That's my goal. That's my dream, Ray Kinsella. That's my dream. Because you could bring in all these other characters, it would be fun. But remember, at the beginning of at the end of, all I had to do is it's something that's been there. It was at the end of, so now instead of Silhouette, they show them. They all show up in their Nazi Ubermensch Justice League Earth X, and it could be the same shot, but you get to see them all. I mean,
okay,
Cyborg would be able to be there.
That would qualify as first of all, that would be artistically appropriate because it would mimic the ending of Peacemaker season 1. In a second thing, but dude, your theory, which I love, your theory has just given me another theory that has me rock hard right now.
Too much information.
What? Okay. So I know, let me admit, I'm probably going way out of bounds, but my excitement level right now almost can't be contained. Okay. Follow me here. There have been some suggestions that what's going to be happening in Peacemaker is kind of going to be opening up for the direction the DCU is going and all that kind of stuff, which seems like a lot to put on a TV show. What if, and again, this is just me in my ultimate fangasm wet dream. What if Earth X serves as the backdrop of a version of Gods Among Us?
The Injustice.
Injustice Gods Among Us. What if, which I think is one of my favorite comic stories that I've read in years.
Well, this phase is called Gods and Monsters.
So what if the Injustice Gods Among Us is kind of merged in with Earth X, and like the Batman in that universe is fighting against the rest of the Justice League with his, and that sets up like an Injustice Gods Among Us DCU. Okay, listen, that's way out there. I acknowledge it as a far reach stretch, but I'm stiff right now thinking about it. I can't, man, that would be so great. I don't think it's what they're doing, but it would be awesome.
It would be so cheeky because obviously James Gunn is online. He is not unaware of the reaction between the Snyder Bros, and it would be so. To me, it would be the most hilarious thing in the world if you brought back all of his, including Ezra Miller.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
And at the end, and made them the Nazi. I mean, it would be, and I think all of those actors would go for it. I think they'd all, because James Gunn's the kind of, if you're doing cameos, you call up, "Hey, can you come and do a day on set?" I mean, they have the costumes.
I think they do. Now, if you could make it fit, why not? But a lot of big excitement.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case, but
no, I don't either. I don't think either of ours is actually going to be what they actually do.
Yeah.
But the concept of it is pretty exciting for both of them.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm looking in the live chat right now. Do you guys have some, like, if you guys got some theories about who maybe, now that we know it's not Superman, who maybe this big cameo could be, go ahead. Some people, you know what? Somebody just said Black Adam, which would be hilarious. But I mean, James Gunn and Dwayne Johnson have kind of taken veiled shots at each other.
Yeah.
James Gunn kind of making reference that it was Dwayne Johnson. At least he implied that it was Dwayne Johnson that was trying to sabotage everything. So I doubt that would happen. Plastic Man would be cool. Somebody's saying that. Oh, Thomas Bombadil, Zack Snyder himself. I love that idea.
That's
my God. Because remember, James Gunn and Zack Snyder just recently put out that picture of the two of them hanging out together.
Yeah.
On the Warner Brothers lot. What if Zack Snyder himself cameoed in Peacemaker? Oh my God. That would be so good. You know what that would be like? That would be like the Montagues and the Capulets, like, marrying their children together to try to rift a bond or try to heal a bond. That could be a very healing thing if Zack Snyder himself, but then the Snyder Bros would turn on Zack Snyder probably. But I mean, it would be, I love that idea. You know what? Unlike our ideas, I think that one I think there's actually a chance that could be it.
I also want to throw out one last idea.
Snyder Bros everywhere.
that we're thinking they're superhero cameos or they're actors we've already seen. I think it could be a big actor playing a part that's not necessarily superheroic.
Yeah.
That has something to do with Earth X. Like, who's the president? Maybe it's somebody playing a 95-year-old Hitler. Or somebody, some ancient, like something totally outrageous. Because I would imagine they're going to be closing the door on Earth X for good. Because they don't.
Yeah, I think so.
So whatever it is, they could do something pretty outlandish, pretty out there.
Matt Damon will be the president.
Or something.
Ben Affleck
George
as Batman.
Clooney did the little pop-up at the end of Flash. Maybe George
Right.
Clooney makes an appearance.
Yeah,
or
I mean, something really out there that is. But again, I don't.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Now that we've had a few changes and the context is different now, do you got some new theories about who could be this really, really big cameo at the end of Peacemaker? I love a lot of things that I'm hearing. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.